Hit it.
All right, concepts and rationalizations of the sport. Hicken and Prosser, 10-minute drill time. Beef. Prize pack today, please, sir.
Absolutely, Hick. We once again have a lovely limited edition Jaguars Trevor Lawrence commemorative
Beef,
football.
just a quick question. How limited are they?
2021 are being produced, Dan.
Okay.
That's how limited.
All right.
And we'll also have a
get it.
4-pack of vouchers to see the shrimp in action. They're home through the 25th.
Did we get 1,000 of the limited edition ones?
We got 10,000 of the 2021.
All right, well, wonderful. That's a great opportunity. We were watching the prelude to the Ryder Cup that gets started tomorrow morning, and the Euros with a savvy move as they all put on cheese heads up there Whistling Straits and walked out in the crowd and threw them in the crowd to just try to say, hey.
Nothing wrong with a little pandering.
Yeah, don't kill us the whole weekend.
Sergio's wife.
We're your friends here.
Sergio's wife, who's American, who was on the Golf Channel.
Right.
I saw she said something yesterday. Please leave them alone. Don't boo them.
Middle America probably, it's not like it's at Bethpage,
Right.
So it'd be interesting to see. But that you got to have that. Listen, I don't care how you do it, but you got to have that home course advantage in the Ryder Cup. That's part of it, man. When they're singing "Ole, Ole, Ole" out all over the Spanish, course.
I don't think there's
or in
a lot
Paris or whatever, but you want a lot of red, white, and blue, and a lot of Murph yelling and screaming.
Well, and if you're asking that the U.S. doesn't cheer if your guy misses a shot, too bad, so sad.
Yeah, that happens.
I don't remember.
It's not like miss it,
right,
miss it,
or booing if they knock one in. That's
Right.
not how it works.
No.
It's a partisan crowd. They go crazy when your guy does something good, and they give a golf clap. If the other guy does,
Kind of goes back to your Little League days when you get annoyed at parents.
For me, I get annoyed when we were playing against the pitching machine and the other kid would strike out and our guys would clap like we did something. That was the machine. All you're doing is telling this little kid he's a loser.
Nice job, machine.
Right. So, but again, it's just parents that didn't play sports, I guess, and don't know. I literally had to tell them.
Yeah.
So, look, I can't sit here with you. Go, why are you guys clapping? Because we got a strikeout. That little kid's got to go back to the dugout. None of us have a kid who struck him out. That's a machine out there, right? Mm-hmm. So, anyway.
Beef, if you would, please,
along
sir.
those lines.
If you were listening to the program just 5 minutes ago.
Gerard steps up, fires, Mike Sims, Walker, knocked down. Oh, he caught it! Oh, unbelievable! Mike Thomas, touchdown Jags! Ball game!
That dude's the best.
50 yards! Whoa!
Nice to hear a crowd, too. It's
I've been
fantastic.
watching. I've heard Gus Johnson do the college game.
Mm-hmm.
Seen him do a couple. I think he had Penn State, Wisconsin, then
Yeah.
another one, maybe
Yeah.
the Ohio State, Oregon.
Uh-huh.
No, that was ABC, maybe. And I think I heard him do an NFL game. One of the NFL games that was on here locally. He was.
Well, he should. He's
He's very
terrific.
good.
I always thought he made
He's
a
really changed. I mean, he looks so different.
I always
than
thought
what
he
you
made a
remember.
mistake kind of going to Fox. But
I
if
think
he,
he's kind of.
But if he enjoyed it, then God bless him.
And
I know he went and did soccer, so
He's got
I mean,
a lot more money, and he's still in a prime role.
Yeah.
I mean, you get here to the football season, you especially.
But I thought he was like a budding star.
Well, I think that
but we love him. Like we love him on the hoops.
Yeah, well, that's
right?
and at CBS they
Yeah,
had the college
yeah,
hoop, so that's
yeah.
kind of where he made his name. You want to
He's doing the Jags game this weekend. That's why we brought it up.
get a confidence boost
Yes.
in a time where it's kind of negative.
Yes, I need one.
If
please.
you think that Trevor Lawrence is beating himself up and wallowing in a lack of self-confidence, or
Okay.
just wondering
Okay.
if maybe he's not the next generational quarterback. Here's what Trevor Lawrence said yesterday about struggling out of the gate.
Okay.
Same game I've been playing since I was a kid, and game I happen to be good at, and I just got to keep reminding myself, like, I belong here. I know I'm young, but still, like, I can play. I can play with all these guys, and I think just building that confidence for me throughout the whole team, and I feel ourselves headed towards that. You saw the way we started the game, and obviously you have to finish, but we feel good, and it's disappointing, but we're getting there.
Okay, TL.
Right.
Okay,
Hey,
TL.
Settle down. I ain't the problem. We'll be good.
It ain't me.
Hey, man, I know what I'm doing here. I couldn't help but notice yesterday, one of the other side, but we forget sometimes the nuances in the sidebar. Like I was mentioning earlier in the week, when you think about Urban Meyer and getting used to losing, quote unquote, another narrative yesterday, but we think of it in terms of his ego. He doesn't want to be 0-2, but it's more than that. It's it's massaging a locker room that's 0-2. He's never had an 0-2 locker room, so there are those aspects. But here's another thing that makes it hard to rise above the negativity. And this isn't like targeted negativity by the media. The bottom line is when you're 0-2 and you have a press conference, every question is about something that's gone wrong.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? So you never escape mentally.
Right.
He had a question yesterday that it was like, a lesser of two evils question. He's like, Urban, when it comes to the passing game, is Trevor pressing and making bad throws, or are the receivers not getting open? Mm-hmm. Well, there's no good answer there.
No. Got to blame somebody.
Right.
Combination of both.
That's correct. And
great defensive backs.
When you're not having success, right? When you're not having success, you can't go in and, say, okay, I'd like to talk for the next 20 minutes about that opening drive we had the other day. That was good, wasn't it? You're constantly reminded.
Let me ask you a question. Rank for me the top.
Sure. Call me the ranker.
The ranker. You are ranked.
That's with an O.
Rancor. As in
Jeff
Frenchie.
Rancor?
As in Frenchie. Jeff Rancor, give me the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL, please.
Top 5 quarterbacks?
Yeah, your top 5 right here, right now.
All right, I'm not looking at them, so
Yeah,
I'm
but
just whatever. Don't. If I have some huge omissions, because I'm not pulling up the quarterback list, I'm going to go with Mahomes and Brady.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers.
All right. And then you get 2 more.
I know, and I would probably. This is a fluid list, man. I don't know if there's a big difference in a lot.
So those 3 are head and shoulders.
I think so. I think Russell Wilson has earned the right to be in that conversation, and Josh Allen looks like he's knocking on that door.
Those are your 5?
Unless I'm not looking at someone.
Fine.
I think that's what I would go with right here, top of my head.
All right. Well, I was looking at
Lamar deserves to be.
Okay.
As an MVP, I think Lamar maybe deserves to be on that list.
I was looking at an ESPN ranking by O. Tannenbaum, who ranks them every week. And he has Mahomes, Brady, Rodgers, 1, 2, 3. And then he has Allen and Prescott, 4 and 5, which is fine. But to me, those 3 stand out. But 6th right now is Kyler Murray. He's coming off a heck of a football game.
Off to a great start.
So that's who we'll be facing this weekend. 1 spot ahead of Russell Wilson. There's Derek Carr. There's Matthew Stafford. There's Lamar. There's Justin Herbert. There's Ryan Tannehill, Baker Mayfield. You'll find Trevor down there at 26. He was 24 after the first week. So, and he goes all the way down to 36 now because he's got Jacob Eason and Davis Mills most likely starting games this weekend, and they're at the bottom. 2 is 33. Andy Dalton's 31. Taylor Heineke is 30. Justin Fields, 29. Zach Wilson, 28. I kind of like his rankings, to be honest with you. I mean,
it doesn't sound too far off. I think Lamar doesn't get enough respect because he's not a thrower.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he just beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And he beat them.
Yeah.
Now, it's not typical, take a 7-step drop and throw for 400 yards, but without the way he runs the football at that position, they don't win. So he's probably, to me, underrated.
He is such a good running.
And he's not, so by the way, they're not figuring him out a bit. He's still as difficult to stop as ever. And I really, if I could wish.
He had a run where he went for like 12 yards and he just cut.
Like a rabbit.
Cut. Yeah.
Like a rat, like trying to catch a rabbit inside of a fence.
It was unbelievable, man.
And
He made like 5 guys miss in traffic.
You know what, Hick?
Yes.
I think that, and I'm not necessarily saying that the Ravens would be my second favorite team per se, but outside of the Jaguars or
you and Jihad, Ravens for life.
No. It's not a Ravens thought. It's I'd like to see Lamar win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
I'd like to see him to shut up all these 1970s NFL fans that think if you can't drop back 7 yards and throw, then you can never win at the highest level.
I'm one of those believers. If you keep knocking on the door. Like, to me, you get in there. You get into the tournament. You get into the I mean, Coughlin always told me that. If you get into the tournament, anything can happen. You got to get into the tournament, though, and that's the whole thing. And you want to be a perennial tournament team. And we just obviously are so far away, but that would be my goal for this franchise. And then eventually you look up one day and you're in the Super Bowl. And then eventually you look up and you've won it if you keep getting in every year.
I'm big fan of eventually.
Yeah, eventually he's good. But anyway, I thought it was interesting to see that he's got Daniel Jones up to 16. He played a really good game against the Washington football team a week ago. But that's
0-2. That's a little high.
But that's normal because he was 4-0 all time against them until that game. So let's see how he does this week now as they have a winnable game against Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons.
Winnable to say the least.
Giants, Falcons.
Giants.
Giants.
Falcons are like one of the worst teams in the league.
Are they? What
100%.
happened to them?
Well, the defense went bye-bye. The
Okay.
quarterback is aging, and they have no running game. The Falcons, during all those things, they had I don't care if it's
Did they
Michael
make a
Turner.
mistake?
They had Michael Turner.
Yeah.
They had bell cow running backs.
Did the Falcons make a
Devontae
mistake not
Freeman.
grabbing one of these QBs?
They may. I would have been in favor of them drafting Justin Fields.
Yeah, they took what? Pitts?
They took Pitts.
Fourth? Third?
I believe it's third.
Fourth.
Lance was third.
Yeah.
But they could have gotten Justin Fields. That's the one.
Or Mac. Or Mac.
Yeah, or Mac.
Yeah.
Or Mac.
I saw a headline that annoyed me the other day. And look, oh no, it was a tease for a radio program. We would never do something like this. Are the Jaguars and Jets already regretting not taking Mac Jones? We'll discuss tomorrow.
That's stupid.
Oh, Lord.
Are you kidding me?
No, that's dumb.
First off, and
Answer: no.
Mac's been great, and he's fine, and he's in a great situation. My point being, if Trevor Lawrence were on the Patriots, he would be in the same spot as Mac
100%.
Jones. I mean, it's some fellas, it's who you got around you.
Yeah.
So that was a dumb tease. But anyway,
Yeah.
just me. But I like looking at the rankings of how these guys are doing so far.
I want to get this list because
Another list.
Well, the problem is it might be too hard to present in list form, and basically, as many of the lists that I present, it's all to serve my own selfish needs.
Oh no.
So I'll just maybe I could save the pretense or not, but
Okay.
I have a list here from CBS Sports of the 10 best NBA players under the age of 25.
10 best NBA players under the age of 25.
1, Patrick Williams.
For example, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is 10th.
Okay.
Bam Adebayo is 9th.
Luka is first.
What I'll do is
Trey
I'm going to give
is second.
I'm going to give you the top. So is Trey in your mind? Would Trey Young be second?
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is
What's the top 5? I'm going to give you the names. You
Give
put
me
them
the
in order,
names.
okay?
Mm-hmm. Who would I want on my team?
Or whatever.
Okay.
However you come up with what your designation is, but you've got.
I'm ready. I'm ready to
Luka,
play.
These are the top
How many Knicks
6
are on there?
players under the age of
Is
25.
Julius still under 25,
Yeah,
Beef?
nor is he in this list. All right, so here are the ones to consider. I'm not giving you necessarily in the order that they appear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You got Devin Booker.
Yes. Very good.
You got Trey Young.
Very good.
You got Jason Tatum.
Ooh.
You got Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
You got Zion
Ooh.
Williamson, and you got Jaylen Brown, who I would put outside of that group, but
I would too.
He is in the 6.
All right.
So
He's
anyway.
sixth for me.
They did average last year, though, just 7 players.
I know he had a
only-
good year.
Here's Jaylen Brown, but last year only 7 players went 24.6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal.
Yeah, he was good.
So, anyway.
I like that. That's a good question.
It's a hard
I think
one.
it's
That's what I
debatable.
mean.
I got Luka 1.
Sure.
With all due respect to your guy, I may have Tatum 2.
Nice.
And I put like your guy and Booker kind of debate the 3 spot. Who's my
Zion.
and Zion. I love Zion.
Yeah. It's a tough list.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, it speaks well for the NBA. It bodes
Yeah.
well. Those are all really good young players under the age of 25.
I'm going to go ahead and make a caveat here because I don't want any kind of bad juju. And I fully expect Zion to be a Knick here in a year or two. So I'm going to put Zion 1.
That's terrible.
wrong.
They did say that, I do get a little defensive about my guy, but he kind of ended all that talk with the postseason that he had. But
Yeah.
I,
You should make the All-Star team.
this is a different narrative than you would have had a year ago about Trey Young, right? I mean, what an unbelievable difference from one year to the next. I believe on this list last year, Beef, is this the one I complained he was like 17th? Remember that?
Possibly.
We had some list where it was just some ridiculously low number, I thought. But now this is what they say a year later in a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals. Quote, only a player as great as Young can make you at least question whether the Atlanta Hawks actually won a trade in which they gave up Luka Doncic. And then they mentioned Cam Reddish and some others. So whatever. And then we know from there. But more than anything, it was that the status of those names and the fact that they're all under 25. Now, look, in the NBA, they come in quicker, right? You can come in right out of high school now. Mm-hmm. So you're there at 18 or 19. So, suddenly under 25 player in the NBA's got 4 or 5 years experience.
Listen, a couple college ball notes before we go. The Herald did a story on Manny Diaz, and we said it was coming. We talked to Joe yesterday, and job security, and that's there. I'm curious as to why Phil Steele thought they were a top 10 team. Because I never did. I
didn't either.
I saw him play What are you laughing
I'm sorry.
at?
I looked up the article Pross referenced.
Uh-huh.
It was a Bleacher Report article last year. It was the top 25 under 25.
Yeah.
And that list, again, this was a year ago, and you will chuckle when we get to your guy's 6, Jeff. Trae Young is 6.
So that's not.
So you will chuckle mightily when we get to number 5, though. 1 was Luka.
Okay.
2 was Zion.
Okay.
Totally fair. Tatum at 3.
Okay.
He's no longer 25, so I think he's off the list. Karl Anthony Towns
Okay, yeah, he's
was
off.
4th on that list. And 5th, the buzz of the week, the talk of the week, your guy, Big Ben Simmons.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the guy.
Not in the top 10 here.
Yeah, he would not be in there right now.
That's probably a bit of an
What a
overreaction.
fall.
But yeah, you're right.
Anyway, so back to the Kane struggles, and we talked about it a little bit yesterday, and it's going to happen. Miami has I don't know why they were thought of. I watched them against North Carolina at the end of the year.
Yeah, when they gave up all those rushing yards.
Oh my gosh, and 600 plus. I mean, it was.
I believe did they lose that bowl game to Oklahoma State also? I know that Derek got hurt, but Derek King being injured made it especially
right. There's no
questionable
way
to
he was
me.
going to be 100%.
He's not playing, and he's not playing well.
No.
Now he's playing like,
Now,
they
he
got
won't play.
Malik
He's not going
Rozier's back.
He's not going to play this week. They don't need him. But
Are you sure?
yeah, if they can't beat Central Connecticut State, they should disband the
Somebody
program.
in Tallahassee probably said that before Jacksonville State a few
Yeah,
weeks
this
ago.
is Central Connecticut
I understand.
State.
CCCU.
CCSU.
Maybe CCCP should come play him. I wonder if they'd beat him.
But then they have Virginia, Carolina, and NC State and Pitt.
They're terrible, and so is FSU. I mean, yeah.
What? Miami?
What are you going to do? It cost them $50 million. I read in that article. It would cost them $50 million to go get a coach you want. Like if you want to get Mario Cristobal between paying.
Is this what is this a system we've created for the coaches?
I don't understand how you have it.
When did this become an issue? Because this has never been an issue before.
Well, they started paying them so much.
Or are they firing them quicker?
Probably a little of both, but they're definitely paying them so much more that it.
And they put those big old buyout clauses in there, right?
That's correct. They'd have to buy out their own and buy out, like say Mario Cristobal is the example. If they went and got Mario Cristobal between the package they'd have to give him, his buyout they'd have to pay, and Manny's buyout they'd have to pay, it'd be $50 million.
Here's how I would handle it, because the Canes players are a vociferous bunch, the former Cane greats.
Yeah.
I would every time they would call the complaint, I would say, "Can I count on you for $5 million towards the program so we can buy out this coach and get your guy in here?"
Yeah, and if I was a former Cane player, I wouldn't give him a penny.
Okay, well then,
Because
don't call and complain.
Well,
then.
as a Cane player, I went to Miami, so whatever you're not doing that got me there, do that. I mean, that's probably part of it too. If you're Leon Searcy or any, Warren Sapp, any of Ed Reed, to go down the list, there's a million of them.
Yeah.
I came and played here, so you better get somebody in here that'll make somebody as good as me want to come play
If
here.
we have 1 million millionaires, that would be $1 billion.
Well, it doesn't look like the Florida Panthers NIL agreement with Derek King really did anything.
No, the NIL. Hey, Panthers here.
Here's $10.
We're gonna cancel that. We can't. Yeah,
We're going to have to swap out the cash for this for in-arena concession vouchers.
We're gonna give you some tickets to the game against the Sharks when they come to town.
Guys, the Oilers are coming to town this Tuesday night, and we've got you 2 tickets and a plate of nachos.
Thanks. NIL, yeah, sure.
I'm sorry. All our NIL money's going to Alabama. Thanks for playing. I saw Lane Kiffin master the obvious yesterday. Same thing. I do love this. I love when my narrative I love when my narrative comes together.
Won by me.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well, this NIL is so top-heavy slanted. It's just going to kill. The good players on bad teams are going to go to good teams. The bad players on good teams are going to go to bad teams. It's just going to separate even further. And Lane is using Alabama as an example, and it's what we talk. How are you going to beat Saban with an NIL and a transfer portal? Consistently. You're going to constantly
Bagman.
Well, that's right. There is no bagman anymore. You just flat out hand it to them in front of everyone. Here. Right.
You got to do some under-the-table bagging, too.
Here, come here. I'm going to write you a check, kid. Come to Bama. Here's $100,000.
Here's a duffel bag with 20 mil.
All right, before we go to break, and by the way, one of the Googans on Twitter wants to know how can you not mention Ja Morant? That's a fair question.
He's in this list.
He was
I know,
he was
that's
like
what
8th on that
I
list.
said he's on the list.
He was 8th.
Our 1-to-1 financial poll question of the day, besides Trevor playing well, what one individual thing do you want to see from the Jags on Sunday? You want to see Josh Allen get more sacks? You want to see DJ Chark have a breakout game? You want to see James Robinson have 100 rushing yards? Or do you want to see C.J. Henderson get a turnover? We have not gotten a turnover yet, I don't believe. Is that correct?
That's correct. To me, that's an easy one.
What is it?
and I think it would also be the one that would it increase the likelihood of winning the most, and that's James Robinson 100.
You are correct.
Yeah.
450-plus votes. 70% want Robinson getting 100 rushing yards. 17.5 want Chark to break out. Alan Moore sack 7.1. Henderson gets a turnover 5.3.
Yeah.
So you can vote at Dan Hicken if you'd like. Beef, let's do caller number 1.
Right off the rip.
Caller number 1. First caller gets the commemorative memorial limited edition Trevor Lawrence football and tickets to go see the Jumbo Shrimp.
That's right.
Last series of the year.
All right. I wanted to mention before this, as the segment went on, and it's ended, so I will tell you, the Jags signed a cornerback yesterday, Nevin Lawson. He's been in the league like 5 or 6 years. He's played a lot of ball. It's a guy you've never heard of, and that means something. But anyway, another cornerback to the roster. And I think that it also speaks to the state of injuries with Trey Herndon and C.J. Henderson. And we'll get into those injuries and more with Doc Kevin Murphy next on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
Call number 1 right now, 641-1010. Going to take home a limited edition Jaguars Trevor Lawrence commemorative football, full-size ball, limited edition. Some proceeds donated to the Jaguars Foundation. You can get yours at going to NICOsports.com, NIKCO sports.com.